Sort of the final piece of the puzzle is coming together. As to why, thinking back when I first took Cipro, I immediately began to get emotional and depressed and just crying like I've never cried before. And I thought it was because of pain. But talking to this cell biologist last night, she's told me that Cipro has a cell effect, permanent effect on people, causes one of the side effects is depression. Of course, that's not on the side effects, but it makes sense because ever since I started taking that, I've been completely depressed. Also the Lyme makes you depressed, and I was already depressed before. I think that really just taking the Cipro, starting to take it, affected my decision making adversely. Just makes you want to curl up and do nothing. 2/3 of the money that the FDA gets is from the drug company. So do you think they're going to approve only safe drugs? I guess all I'm really trying to say is that it wasn't the Lyme, I've said this before, that got me. It was the Cipro, the antibiotic, Cipro. The influence that the drug company has. To get the doctors in the ER to prescribe the most powerful drugs, most expensive drugs they can. And it's cost me my life because my mind just has not been able to recover this whole trip. I'm sick of being so sick. It's been 6 months of sickness and depression. And that Cipro affects you on a deep, haunting level. It's like it takes you out of your conscious, like you feel like a ghost. Things feel surreal and scary and makes you panic, makes you scared, makes you cry, makes you emotional, deeply emotional. I'm crying in my bed, yearning to God to help me. It's an evil drug. It should only be used as a last resort. I'll never forget that ER visit. Diverticulitis. And they come up with the diagnosis just so they can prescribe the drug for it. And thousands of dollars worth of scans. And give you the wrong diagnosis. He did mention an enema, briefly. a little flicker went off in my head, thinking, well, that would be the easiest thing to do. Never done it before. Kind of weird. I didn't speak up. But in the end, it's not my fault because you put your trust in doctors and the hospital, and that was my mistake. And trusting an antibiotic. My old coworker sent me an email saying he would never trust a synthetic pill. And that's my advice to anybody who sees this. Never put anything synthetic in your body. Well, over the counter is probably not too bad, but other than that, don't put anything synthetic in your body unless you research it as much as you can and make sure you need it. Make sure there isn't a natural alternative. For me, it was just an enema because it was just constipation. So I don't know whether I can continue. Everything becomes so clear what happened, and it just makes things worse. I'm getting pain behind my eye now. The disease is just progressing. I had some hope in Arizona. Maybe my depression could have reversed. Because in the end, that's what had to have happened. Whether the Cipro and the Lyme. I know the Cipro kicked off something nasty. Changed something in my mind. Definitely all the acidity of it and the flagell toxicity in the bloodstream is what caused the spasm. I don't know what else to say, except my life has been ruined. Not by the Lyme, but at least when you have Lyme, you can still go to the bathroom. But by antibiotics, by Cipro, I could have been so much more. Even with Lyme. Of course, it's also ruined by lack of information to general practice doctors about Lyme. I would have realized what my symptoms were. It's ruined by the medical ignorance and drug company influence. Of course, my own lack of caution. But the message is you can't trust antibiotics. You can't trust the hospitals without doing your own research, making sure what they're giving you is safe. It's better to find a doctor that you can trust first, that you believe in, that has your care in mind, and doesn't appear to be influenced or have a proclivity for dispensing out drugs. A naturopath doctor. Much better. Naturopath is the way of the future. But not in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Princess Anne Hospital. Dr. Oliver Augustin prescribed Cipro and Flagell for what was just constipation.